Nine-game win streak ends for the Suns, while Ty Lue's Clippers are now 9-1 in games beyond games 1 and 2 of playoff series.
On the text message chain, is there somebody that keeps stepping up and saying something that resonates, or what keeps happening for you guys to dig so deep in these game threes?
I don't know. I don't like it. I'll tell you that. But, we've been a resilient team all season, all year long. First I just want to give credit to Marcus Morris. He was hurt. Didn't know if he was going to be able to go tonight. And he gave us all he had. 2 big threes, down the stretch, which we needed. But, just a total team effort. Our guys just keep grinding, keep fighting. We know our backs is against the wall 0-2, but we never give in. The job Pat Beverly's been doing, has been, tremendous. I thought Zoo was really good tonight. Reggie, down the stretch. PG through the first 3 quarters, and he got tired. But, we had to play him the whole second half, So I just thought, at halftime, we challenged the guys to move the basketball and make the right play. I thought we just dribbled too much in the first half. In the second half, I thought we really did a good job of sharing the basketball, moving it, and getting guys open shots.
Thanks. Our next question will come from Amy from Ramona.
Hey, Ty, I go into Ramona. Go ahead, Ramona.
Hey, Ty. When you guys went out and got Reggie Jackson, I think he's one of the last people added to this roster, what did you expect he was going to be able to give you, and compared to what he's actually been able to give you?
Well, coming into the season, when we first signed Reggie, our coaching staff, we talked about him potentially being a starter because of how we wanted to play and getting PG and Kawhi the ball in their spots. And so unfortunately, Pat Beverly got hurt a few times this season, and Reggie became the starter, and he did a great job. And our numbers with him as a starter was off the charts. As well as with Pat as well. But offensively, we really took off. So he's been great. So as soon as he stepped into that role. Made it easier for PG, made it easier for Kawhi. We really started playing, a great offense, having a great offense, and we just never stopped from there. So I'm just happy for him. He's had a heck of a year. We got to continue to keep pushing.
Go ahead, Andrew.
Ty, what do you think to make of just the defensive intensity to limit Booker to his shooting line, Chris to his shooting line? They never ever felt like they were in rhythm, and that's obviously a big change from what Booker did in Game 1. I think the defensive intensity ratcheted tonight.
I think starting Pat and Zoo, I think really helped our defensive intensity. With PG having to score and make the plays for our team, I think without him having to guard Booker, it takes a lot of pressure off him offensively. Pat Beverly and Zoo together, that combination is unbelievable. And like I said, Pat's the best review challenge guy in the game. He's going to block your shot from behind, he's going to contest from behind, and make it hard on you. He gets into the ball, he's physical. And I just think making that change with him and Zoo, Zoo at the rim with the verticality, and Pat to be able to protect him on the pull-up jump shot. So that's been a big change and a big spark to our defense.
And those were guys you parked for much of the first round and parts of the second round too. You talk a lot about your adjustments, but for guys to accept their roles shifting.
Andrew, it's all about winning, and those guys are winners. And to be 2 starters and not play at all in the Dallas series the last, I think, 4 games or 5 games, and then come into the Utah series and Zoo not play much, because we're going small because of Gobert, and Pat, the job he did on Donovan Mitchell, and now we need both those guys to come back and start again. They've been phenomenal. So, that's what winners do, and they want to win, and whatever it takes, they're going to do that. So I'm just happy for those guys to finally get their moment.
Go ahead, Lo.
I wasn't going to set you up with this before the game about the team joking about you, Bill Belichick, and the adjustments and whatnot.
Yeah, right.
I know you coached up in Boston, so there's some proximity there. But when you hear that the team will buy into what you're selling as far as adjustments and them applying it effectively, how does that make you feel when it works and even when it doesn't work?
Well, first off, I got a lot of respect for Belichick. I'm not nowhere near him. 6 Super Bowls, probably the best coach ever, football, in NFL history. But it means a lot just for those guys to trust me, to understand that whatever I'm doing is the best for the team, not for me, and I just want to win. And making adjustments, sometimes it's tough because adjustments mean some guys can't play, some guys play more, and you got to be able to accept that. And that's the biggest thing. But you have the communication with your team all year long and just talk about one common goal, and that's winning. And all of our guys are on board, So, I take pride in making adjustments and try to do the right thing, But these guys are the ones who have to go out and execute it. They've been doing a great job of that so far.
Ty, you're good at knowing, having conversations with guys, knowing where their heads are at. it would have been easy for Paul to kind of let that last game linger with him, those free throws. What were your conversations like with him? And then you play him 43 minutes tonight, and he almost comes up with another triple-double. I mean, what else can you say about Paul?
Just after the game, we landed. We got back home. First person I called was PG. I just told him, we wouldn't be in this position without you. So, that game's over. It happens. It doesn't mean anything. He took care of their 2 games at home, and now we got to go home and win our 2 games. That's the most important thing. So, can't look in the past. We got to look ahead. And I called him. I called Pat Beverly. I called a few of the guys and just said, that's over. We had a chance to steal one. We didn't do it. It's behind us, and now we got to move on. So I thought PG did a great job of just moving on, like you said, and having a big game for us tonight in Game 3.
What time are those calls made?
As soon as we landed.
So
when I got my car, they got in their car from the plane, and then I called them on the way home.
Is that like 4 in the morning?
I don't know what time. Whatever it takes, I don't. It doesn't matter to me. But like I said, those guys came out, we responded, and just. After the first half, great defensively, but offensively, I just thought we were too stagnant, over dribble. We tried to do it by ourselves. In the second half, we really just did a great job of just making the play for our teammates and trusting. So that was good to see.
Go ahead, Miriam.
What got into Zoo today? What conversations did you have with him? What adjustments did he make?
Well, I think the biggest thing was Zoo, he hasn't played. So just getting his timing back, getting his rhythm, understanding what we're trying to do. And I think also offensively, to their credit, we haven't played big in a long time. So as far as running the same plays and the spacing is different. So we got to get used to that as well. But I think Zoo just hasn't played in a long time. So he's finally getting his rhythm, understanding how we need him, what we need to do for him to do defensively and offensively, which is starting to come for him. So he dominated the glass tonight. I thought it was a big factor inside, with CP contesting his mid-range pull-ups. And so it's going to keep slowly starting to come for Zoo. So just happy he's finally getting his legs underneath him.
We got to take one more from Tamara Time.
Okay.
Just to clarify, the Terrence Mann substitution, was that a Marcus injury thing? Or?
Yeah, he wasn't going to be able to go initially, and then he did what he had to do and got on the bike and whatever else, and then he said he's going to give it a go. So, we needed everybody we can get tonight, so just for him to put it on the line for the team just means a lot.
Starting Terrence sort of got Booker and CP off to a rough shooting start. What did that half-back Terrence lineup sort of do to their guard?
Well, it allowed PG not to have to guard CP, which was going to do that initially when Marcus was going to start. And then it allowed Terrence to guard CP, pick him up full court, pressure him a little bit because CP hasn't played in a while either. And it allowed Pat Beverly to take Booker. So we try to conserve PG's energy as best as we can, with the minutes he has to play and the load he's carrying right now. And so it was a good start for us.
Thank you, Ty.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ty.
All right, more coming up here on Playoff Central Live. Hear from Devin Booker after a rough shooting night.
Was it the mask, Matt?
I don't know.
The mask or was it Patrick Beverly?
Or the Clippers.
Oh.